Hello everybody. Recently I posted a video on here and called it part 1 of a discussion of clear cuts in Connecticut. Well, today is part 2. We're still in the same town, Burlington, Connecticut. Previously we were at Sessions Woods Wildlife Area, but today we're at Nassahegon State Forest. Before I showed you a 20-year-old clear cut and discussed how at the age of 20 the area becomes much less useful for early successional habitat because the understory becomes a lot more open. Well, here, this is a lot younger. This was completed in 2017. So you've had almost 4 complete growing seasons so far. And it's already extremely dense and getting quite tall at this point, too. But if you look down here in the understory, all the way down here near the ground, look how dense all this is. This is really great for small mammals and like cottontails. Many migratory birds that are either ground nesters or shrub nesters. And it's good for reptiles and amphibians. There is a lot of cover in there, a lot of habitat. And that's what's so great about this. And there will be for about another 10, 12 years from now as this begins to grow up. And there's a lot of native stuff in here. It's all native. There's been really no invasive plants. Right here is a little scarlet oak, as a matter of fact, coming along very nicely on its own. There's a young white oak right there in the background. And there's all kinds of other native species in here as well as raspberry and blackberry. We even have American chestnut sprouts that are so tall already after 4 years that they're already producing nuts. So this is a pretty amazing area. We need a lot more of this in Connecticut. Because otherwise we're starting to lose a lot of the birds, a lot of the other species that use this kind of habitat. And if nothing else, it just provides a great deal of diversity to all of our older forests that we have out there everywhere in the state. Now, there was a little bit of alarm, I think, when we originally set out to do this kind of work here. But now all I see is just a vibrant young forest everywhere. You can't hear the migratory birds in here anymore, but they were sure busy and noisy in here in the summertime. But at this point, they're done with their territoriality. They're done with nesting. They're just getting ready for the long migration back south again. So clear cuts are a regeneration cutting phase to foresters for even age management. It's great for shade intolerant trees like the oak species, tulip poplar, cherry. There's a number of species that we are not going to successfully regenerate without doing something that provides a lot more full sunlight, like these large openings. So they're actually very good for the future forest that we're trying to grow here. And it can be done without issues of erosion. It can be done without invasive plants. I've done this many times before. It's all a matter of long-term planning, knowing what's out there at the time and what you're going to have to do, what you're going to face when you do this work. So this is a shorter video this time than the last one. I will say as a PS that we recently had a scare for a hurricane or two. One day that's no longer just going to be a scare. We're going to get hit by a hurricane again. It's a matter of time. And when that happens, as much as you and I love our old, large trees, there's going to be a great many of them that are going to come down. They're going to be on the ground. And when that happens, it's going to be very helpful having areas like this where you've got a young forest already prepared and established and on the ground that's not going to be prone to blowing over like those large, older trees. So this is also an insurance policy. Planning ahead for the future, planning ahead for, in some ways, the inevitable. If you have any questions, please reach out to me and leave your questions in the comments or email me. And I will leave you my email address and let you know how to do that. Thank you.